DAAI TV Indonesia wins first prize in the category of TV broadcast at the Health Reports contest. We look back at 9/21 earthquake's devastation and see how the survivors have moved on. Welcome to DAAI Headlines. I'm Margaret Lin. Thank you for joining us. In Indonesia, the Ministry of Health has held a health reports contest, attended by more than 2,000 contestants. The Minister of Health remarked that she hopes to inspire medical professionals to produce positive words to influence the public. Among the contestants, DAAI TV Indonesia has snatched first prize in the category of TV broadcast.
Indonesian Ministry of Health has held a health news contest attended by more than 2,000 contestants from different parts of Indonesia. The contest theme is preventing non-contagious diseases with healthy life habits. The Ministry of Health remarked that the media plays an important role in providing information and promoting health education. She hopes to facilitate the interaction between the Ministry of Health and the media through the contest.
I truly hope the media can broadcast positive news on health education and related information so the public can make the correct judgment. This contest is not only for the media professionals, it is also for young people and members of public. Good reporting can make a large impact.
Among the pieces submitted, the special feature, The Hope for Thalassemia Patients, produced by DAAI TV Indonesia, has snatched first place in the category of TV broadcast. An employee from DAAI TV Medan, Grace Colin, took to the stage to receive the award. The annual Health Broadcast Award, given by the Ministry of Health, encourages the media to educate the public with positive news.
I'm very honored to be standing here. I did not imagine that our work would receive such a standing. I want to thank the Ministry of Health for providing the platform. I hope DAAI TV Indonesia will have the opportunity to win more honors in the future. We will continue to provide health reports for the members of the public.
It has been 12 years since the establishment of DAAI TV Indonesia. On this day, staff members, volunteers, and media from all walks of life gather in Jakarta to celebrate its 12th anniversary. Let's join them there. In the evening, staff members of DAAI TV gather in the dining hall. Everyone takes a look back over the past 12 years of the TV station while enjoying activities and vegetarian meals. The CEO of Tzu Chi Indonesia chapter, Station Chief, Deputy Station Chief, and Director of DAAI TV Indonesia have attended the events to celebrate the TV station's 12th anniversary. 12 years ago, DAAI TV Indonesia had only 10 employees. Today, the number of DAAI TV employees in Jakarta and Medan has grown to 272 people.
Our prospect and mission is to bring compassion and goodness to society, allowing people to sense that helping each other is a good deed. Making the society both harmonious and peaceful is our common goal.
In celebration of the TV station's 12th anniversary, staff members donate their fuel coin banks to give back to society. The director of DAAI TV Indonesia remarks that the station perseveres with its ideals and principles to purify people's minds. The animation of a story of Venerable Jianzhen, produced by DAAI TV, was shown in Taiwan in May of 2010. In 2013, the Tzu Chi Japan chapter dubbed the animated into Japanese and shown in Tokyo. It's been 6 years, and since the story was so moving, it was shown once more in August. Let's take a look.
Whether it's signing up for Tzu Chi volunteer training or joining in the sutra adaptation performance, Mr. and Mrs. Indo are always in support of each other.
Originally, it was just Mr. Endo that joined the sutra adaptation of Vow to Action. Then his wife was moved to join. When they came to practice, their children came as well.
Work, family, and volunteer life are all areas where Dharma could be helpful and applied.
I hope to maintain the spirit and wisdom of Venerable Jianzhen and apply it to my daily life.
It was only in understanding the story of Venerable Jianzhen and how it relates to the Japanese missions to China did I understand the movements of the sutra. This is how we can put on such a moving story and how the sutra adaptation performance found its strength.
In 2010, DAAI TV produced an animated movie retelling the story of Venerable Jianzhen, of how he was determined to go to Japan to spread Buddhism. Back then, Tzu Chi Japan chapter hired voiceover actors to dub the movie, and is being shown again this year.
Why are we performing this sutra adaptation again 6 years later? We feel this is such a great film that we want more people to know the spirits of the Venerable Jianzhen.
Venerable Jianzhen tried 6 times before successfully landing in Japan, and then planted deep roots in spreading Buddhism, architecture, and medical care. Tzu Chi volunteers performed the sutra adaptation of Fulfilling My Dream beautifully.
The waves crashing also looks like the clouds in the sky. Then at the end, when the 1,000-hand Bodhisattva came out, I really feel like I saw Guanyin Bodhisattva emerge from within the clouds.
Venerable Jianzhen's unwavering belief in the Buddha and the determination of spreading Dharma continues to shine brightly in Japan.
Also in Indonesia, a devastating earthquake took place on Sulawesi Island in September last year, taking the lives of more than 2,000 people. Tzu Chi has accompanied the affected residents through the most difficult times. Now, prior to the first anniversary of the earthquake, Tzu Chi has built permanent housing for the residents in need. On the eve of Sulawesi earthquake's first year anniversary, the permanent housing has been built.
Untuk anak-anak saya nanti, karena kita kan sudah tua, tidak mungkin tinggal di huntara terus. Karena huntara itu kan ada kamar, anak-anak saya tidur di pintu.
After the earthquake, the residents have gradually restored their smiles and lives. Tzu Chi's permanent housing gives them hope.
According to the data of the city government and the National Disaster Management Agency, we initially screened out 1,800 earthquake survivors. We need to further review these residents and conduct home visitation so that we can select those who have the priority to move into the permanent houses.
Tzu Chi has built permanent houses in Palu, Pambawe, and Tondo. Each house represents a household's desire to own a home.
Itu saja harapan saya, semoga saya dapat.
I'm getting old, so I cannot live in a simple house for a lifetime. Now my children can only crowd at the door to sleep.
Some affected residents even live in tents. It's really too hot to live in, but they have no choice as they have nowhere to go. They can live in a more comfortable life after moving into the permanent houses.
Mudah-mudahan ini Buddha suci diberikan lagi rezeki, sehat-sehat, panjang umur, bertambah berlimpah. Bukan cuma kita ini yang bencana ini dia bantu, dengan orang negara-negara lain lah yang dia bantu lagi.
In 1999, a massive earthquake occurred in Taiwan. That incident is soon approaching its 20th anniversary. Today, we begin a new series report in looking back at the devastation and also reflecting on how this terrible night has brought out the best in some people. Next, we listen to one of the survivors of the Dongxing building in Taipei and see how he has moved on.
in Taipei, which fell during the 9/21 earthquake of 1999, took 10 years to rebuild. It is now 14 levels above ground, 2 below ground, and home to about 90-some families.
20 years ago, when Taipei's Dongxing building fell, it left 105 people injured and 87 dead. Thinking back to that night, Chen Jianli recalls being at work, thus escaping death, but his mother and brother were not so lucky. His father, who worked as a security guard, suffered massive bone fractures.
I was at the store, not at my home. My wife was pregnant. After the quake, my neighbor told me my home fell, and I went to see. All I could do was cry.
The letter in hand addressed to his brother has never been opened. Currently, Chen is living in New Taipei City's Qizhi. The quake has traumatized him to where he always carries a flashlight around.
When I rent or maybe purchase a home in the future, I'll only consider the ground floor. It's faster to escape. The pain is still with me.
Chen's current job is clearing highway accidents. It is a highly dangerous job, but he says he could only take it one day at a time because you never know when it's your last day. Another who is still living in the shadows of the earthquake is Xie Baozhu.
When the rescue workers came to get us, we had to run down 13 flights of stairs, and whenever we did reach the next level, he would announce it. It felt like the longest descent ever.
Xie lived in a building next to Dongxing, and though Xie and her family were able to escape to safety, their hearts were nonetheless panicked and anxious. During their moments of distress, a sense of stability and comfort came her way.
I felt miserable inside, and Tzu Chi volunteers gave me a bottle of water to drink and an emergency cash of $150. I then donated back $320.
Coming into contact with Tzu Chi through the natural disaster, a few years later, Xie became a Tzu Chi volunteer to help pass on the love. At 1:47 a.m. on September 21, 1999, many Taiwanese residents were awakened by a 7.3 magnitude earthquake. Buildings collapsed, causing injury to more than 8,000 people, while over 2,000 people died. The cause was the energy release from the longest fault line in Taiwan, the Chelongpu Fault. Earthquakes on the fault line are like an assassin waiting to attack. The Academia Sinica Institute of Earth Science Statistics shows there were 318 incidents of magnitude 7 or above strong quakes from 1999 to 2019. Then beginning in 2010, magnitude 7 and above quakes numbered nearly 20 each year.
The magnitude of the quake is seemingly increasing each year. In the past, a magnitude 8 earthquake happens perhaps once a year. But now, there could be 2 a year, which means the Earth's pressure is increasing, as the force needed to release such a magnitude quake is very strong.
The Central Weather Bureau states since 1989, seismic activities, which are large enough to be felt by residents, have alarmingly increased, from near 60 annually to over 400 a year. Moreover, that number continues to rise. As 2009 to now, it has been recorded as averaging 680 shakes a year.
The fault line is a fractured surface, and this surface used to be static as the temperatures were low and underground water was cool. But now, since Earth's temperature is rising, the underground water becomes more active, causing the static fractured surface to be more active as well.
Does global warming cause an increase in quake frequency? More scientific research is needed to prove this theory. Is the Earth's seismic movements entering an active period? The opinion of the scientific community are varied.
我们所有的自然灾害都可以事先透过观测。
All of our natural disasters can be predicted ahead of time. High temperatures, typhoons, waves. Only earthquakes are still unpredictable. We can't tell you where it would happen, what depth, how strong, or when the next one will be. So when it happens, we are unprepared.
规模会发生下一个地震，所以地震。
Even with our current technology, we are still unable to predict future earthquakes. But by analyzing the data left by the previous quake, we can realize the potential danger that lies underneath us. As citizens of the Earth, we should not forget the painful lessons Mother Nature is teaching us.
In the aftermath of Cyclone Idai, city volunteer Dino has been deeply touched by a Mozambican girl who tried to sun-dry her books. Dino continues to care for her and has been visiting her family. The girl remarked that she's really glad to see Uncle Dino and she promised him she will study hard.
Who would think of bringing books when escaping from disasters? In the aftermath of Cyclone Idai, the sight of the girl, Rosina, has touched Dina Foy. Hoping to lend a helping hand, Dina Foy is visiting Rosina's family.
Have you been going to school? Do you have a notebook? Do you need school bag and school supplies?
Membros da família. Okay.
Rosina is about the age of Dina Foy's daughter. School has just started for Rosina, who is now a second grader. She is eager to learn reading a second-hand book.
There's this page that I opened by chance. We chose to open a chance, but it says members of family. So they're showing here the member of family is the Rita's family. Rita's family is like this lady here is called Rita.
I have been really happy since I first see Uncle Dino, who came to visit me again. I promised Uncle Dino that I will study hard.
She promised that she will strongly study.
Aquele primeiro tempo quando ela me encontrou,
We were in the dark.
com coração muito de sorriso quase.
Upon seeing Dino, we saw light, which continues to brighten things.
Estou a ver que a luz está continuando sempre comigo. Não há nenhuma diferença.
The family of 6 cram into the home, which looks like a cave. The adults have to bend down to enter the place. The environment is messy and the residents look impoverished. Rosina's father brought us back to his home before the cyclone struck. While the place looks like a slum, it is actually the living quarters of the local residents. In Beira, more than half of the families live in an environment like this. In the aftermath of the cyclone, the residents have rebuilt their homes, but it still looks dilapidated. Coming here, Rosina suddenly looks sad.
Desculpa, te mostrar dia onde está você dormia. Te mostrar nós.
Naquele dia que aconteceu.
Onde está? Te mostrar ela. Aonde? Dormia aí, cara. Onde você dormia aqui, né? E dormia aonde? Ah, na esteira aqui, não é?
Good to see that they are moving, although it's not really a move as such. Specifically, I mean, at least they didn't have a house and he had the job. Now they have no house and the breadwinner of the house has no job. So this is a situation is complicating somehow.
其实蛮感动的是，因为像这样子我们关注的个案。
What really touches me is that he's someone we're caring for, but he did not call us to ask for things. He told us life is harsh. He asked if there is any job opportunity because his employer has not paid him for 4 months. His employer has also been affected by the cyclone.
Rosina's family is glad that they are still safe despite the disaster. Tzu Chi volunteers will continue to be by their side, helping them face challenges in life.
In Singapore, 2 elder centers built by Tzu Chi officially opened in June. Seniors are welcome to go there to attend different classes, read books, and spend time chatting with others. In addition, they are also encouraged to have more contact with the outside world and live out their golden years.
Incorporating delicious food into the exercise makes it more fun. Combining physical and mental strength training, this activity allows the elderly to work on their muscles, thus delaying degeneration.
It seems like the movements are customized to suit us, as they are not too intense.
The exercises are rather simple. Everyone can do it. Yet if nobody at home urges me, I won't do it. Take running on my own as an example. I'd give up after a while. But here we're asked to run for 1 to 2 minutes, and I can keep up. I feel happier when I'm exercising with everyone.
The Chi Chi Seniors Engagement and Enabling Route in Jurong West and Bukit Batok, which opened in June, is abbreviated as SEEN, SEEN. The elder care centers enable the seniors residing there to receive care and love at old age.
The full name of SEEN is Seniors Engagement and Enabling Node, which aims to engage the elderly by encouraging them to socialize and do something instead of staying at home the whole day.
I've lived here for 30 years and there was no such center in the past. The establishment of the center is good for us. It's like a sanctuary for us. Staying at home all day is boring, and I don't like doing household chores because they're endless.
I don't do much at home, so I came down to take a look.
It is a place where I can chat with people and share about happy things. If I come here, I'll finish my housework earlier so that I can take part in the activities. Before coming to this center, I usually play with my smartphone.
Our goal is to complete the ABC, which stands for Active Aging, Befriending, and Care Support, especially for those who are living alone. The center provides them with a space to spend time and do something meaningful.
Both of the elder care centers have been operating for 2 months, serving around 50 people daily. They help enrich the body and mind of the elderly and enliven their golden years.
A former inmate who suffered from cancer expressed gratitude to his dad before his passing. At the end of the program, we'll look at how Tzu Chi volunteers help this father and son repair their relationship. Thanks for watching and see you next time.